Oh, nice. Hello world. What do we have here? This is Darren's BMW X5 xDrive 50i. This car is for sale. So I've just detailed it. So it's spick and span. It's 10 years old, so 2013. It's done 92,000 kilometers, which is below average. So it's probably, you'd say, a low mileage car. If you're talking about in mileage in Europe and America, most people would think this is quite a low mileage car for a 10-year-old car. But it is for sale. And yes, it's had some wear and tear. There's a little bit of curb rash, which I don't think there's a person in Sydney that have curb rash, so that will obviously bother some people. But to be honest, if you do get the wheels repaired, I can always guarantee somebody's going to scrape them within about a week of you doing it. So is it really worth it? It's got the executive pack, so it means it's leather everywhere. I don't know, there's various cows have lost their lives for this particular car, but when you consider it's 10 years old, it looks almost brand new. Smells great. It's got dual climate control. It goes all the way through to rows of seats, so it's that rarity of having the third row. Most X5s only have the 5-seat option. So if you've got two small kids, and I would say small kids, that third row is great, or you can put an adult there in a pinch, but it's not really anywhere you'd want to be there for any amount of time. But it does give you that option. If you're picking up kids from school and they say, can I have my mates come? You know you can do it. But it's got, what has it got? It's got a V8 twin turbo 5-litre engine, which produces 330 kilowatts. If you want to go old school, it's about 445 brake horsepower. So it's got a lot of power. A 0 to 100 kilometer dash will take just a mere 4.3 seconds, which you'll see as we read up this hill. That was almost a 0 to 60 up that hill. So you can lose your license pretty quickly in this car, but it is about effortless driving. They can tow 2,700 kilograms, so that boat you've always wanted, or one of those really heavy all-wheel drive caravans, this will take that no problem. It's got everything you'd need. So would you buy this over the X5M? Well, for one, the X5M is going to be more expensive. Two, it's much more expensive to run. Yes, they're both quite thirsty on fuel. They're big engine cars. But this one, you'll be able to pull out 12.5 kilometers per 100 kilometers potentially. I think Darren, the way he drives, it's probably a little bit more than that. But you're not going to get... But you don't buy a car like this really to save money on fuel. You buy a car like this because you think you're not prepared to die yet. You're not going to go for that people mover or a Volvo, as we just passed one. So it's really up there with an autobiography Range Rover, potentially a Discovery 5 with the V8 and all the bells and whistles, the HSE type option, or potentially a Porsche Cayenne. But the difference is between those and this is that the engine is better in this. It's cheaper than the Porsche. I think in terms of the way it's held up after 10 years, the Range Rover or a Discovery, it would be hard pushed to be able to keep up with this. It's a petrol engine, so in some respects, yes, there's a lack of economy because it's not diesel, but let's face it, you're going to drive this car on the school run. They're short runs, and all diesel cars, BMWs included, but specifically Range Rovers and Porsches, they have problems with their particulate filters, and it becomes an issue to the point where the car will literally tell you to take it to the dealer immediately unless you get that changed. You don't have that problem with petrol. But this is the smart money choice. Now I'd like to really launch it, but we can't. As you can see, we're in suburbia. But if you sit in this, your kids will love you. Your husband or your wife, whoever is your significant other, surely will like that burble. We'll just slow down here, let this guy come, and I think we'll try and get that on camera. Here we go. Oh, it's relentless. It's relentless. How can you not like that? So, if you're in the market for an executive 7-seat 4x4 that will get you effortlessly all the way around the country and more, then I think this is a great option. Now the link is in the description if you're keen to follow up, and I'm sure Darren, the owner, will be very open to you coming and have a look. Now, if you find anything wrong with my detailing, keep it to yourself. With that, I think we'll leave it there. It's a nice, easy, gentle, conservative drive. It's nice. That's very nice.